Alex Communicates I Press. I'm with Robert Hale, who returns to action on May 27th at United MMA 45. Robert, how are you, man?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Just got done training, getting ready to head to Canada and take over like I usually do. Just go in there, take over with my team.
What'd you train today?
We had doing just a little grappling today. Today is really my short day. I worked hard throughout the week, so I get a short day once every week. So I've taken advantage of this short day. But I worked hard today, so
Awesome. You're just about a week out. How are you feeling?
amazing. I feel amazing. Weight is looking good. Weight is looking smooth. I'm right there in the middle. Really, I ain't really stressing about it. This has really just been a training situation, just getting me ready, and I'm staying dangerous.
Awesome, dude. First and foremost, I wanted to ask, where'd Blue King come from?
Crazy that you asked that. Blue King comes from, well, of course, I see myself as a king, and of course, I hold myself to the highest of pedestals, and it can only be one king, and that's just how I feel. The blue part came from, honestly, it's my favorite color. Can't really tell me anything else. I wear blue everywhere I damn near go, unless I'm at work, but I wear blue everywhere I go, and I like blue. Blue is a smooth, calm color. When you think of blue, you kind of almost think of jazz, smooth jazz. So that's how I like it.
I like it. I like it. I mean, are you gonna dye your hair blue again, or what's up?
So I'm gonna let it. I feel like when I get to a certain hair length, like when my hair get to a certain level, I'm gonna dye it blue. But right now, the bleach it'll stop my hair growth, and I want my hair to be like long next time we speak.
Okay.
Being bald.
I feel you. Man, so you had a great 2021, but I wanted to go back to 2020. How frustrating was it to sit out for more than a year?
It definitely was. It was really unbearable. And then when we had, but I still train from time to. I still train when COVID when it hit hard. It hit hard. Like a lot of things just stopped moving. A lot of moves were stopped. So it kind of just put me in a different mind frame. Just train. Anything can happen. You never know what can happen. So I always stayed ready. I never let like not going to the gym at that time like stop me from working out. I worked out outside. I met up with my brothers, and we always train.
Gotcha. So you sat out, but then your first fight back, you starched Tyson. How did that feel?
Man, it felt amazing. It felt good. I don't discredit Tyson at all. He just wasn't. He wasn't ready. He's not for. Nobody's really ready for it's me. It's my time. Like this era, they have they got the Patty Piblet era. They had the Connor era. They have all those eras. It's the King Hale era, and this era is gonna be the craziest era that people have witnessed in their life.
Oh, I'm excited to see it, man. I did want to touch on your win in January. How did you feel about that performance?
It was honestly, I give it a C plus. I could have did a lot more, but as I said again, people don't realize I've only been in this sport for 6-7 years, and that may seem like a lot to some, but in the MMA world, that's not a long time. I came from strictly football, having to learn everything. Like I've had to soak that in like a sponge, and I'm still soaking stuff in. I'm still learning. I'm still getting better at the time. That's why I'm okay with being not having as many knockouts, because when I get the knockouts, they're gonna come like pinballs like that. Once everything clicks, and I feel like everything is clicking, and I feel like I'm getting all my flaws and my kinks out the way, y'all gonna see a beautiful, like I said, a beautiful performance Friday, May 27th, and then from on, when I get to the UFC, it's gonna be nothing but beautiful performances.
Cannot wait. What position did you play in football?
I was a linebacker, 260 pounds.
God damn.
Yeah.
Well, for anybody that you kind of touched on it, but like for anybody that doesn't know your story, how did you get into mixed martial arts 6 years ago?
Yeah, So when I first, I was doing football. I was trying to be the next Ray Lewis. I was really when I got my mind put on something, the only way to stop me from doing it is if that situation stops me or something tragic happens. But everything seemed like it was going well. I was doing good. College, I was trying out for the spring game, just to show that I was good. I got good looks. The college coaches that was where I was at, South Carolina State, they really liked me. Unfortunately, I couldn't perform. I couldn't play in the spring game. Some other stuff happened. A lot of situations happened. I ended up coming back to Georgia, tried to do it one more time. I pushed it. Emailed the coach. I didn't get the answer I wanted from the coach, so I had to just go to school, just do school, and then I was just working and getting fat, eating, and it was crazy. I was watching the Ultimate. It started with Strike Force first. Watched a couple fights from Strike Force. Then I saw the Ultimate Fighter, John Jones, Chael Sonnen. Saw Clint Hester. It was immediately at all. Was like, okay. Didn't really think about jumping into MMA. It was just like it was cool, a cool idea. But my dad nudged me and was like, son, I can see you doing some stuff like that. And I was like, whatever, Dad. Then I went to sleep, a light bulb popped in my head, and I was like, I'd rather just try it out. And if it didn't work out, that's fine. I tried it. But I tried it out. I met my brother Nathan Williams. He told me to come to practice one day, and from there, I shot it. Like, I just loved it from there. And I went from being 260 to 215 to 185, 170, 155, now back to 170.
How long did that take, of that process of like losing that muscle and then like getting it down?
So the process was when I first started as an amateur, because I don't know anything about cutting, so they didn't want me going crazy. They didn't want me cutting down to something that I never did before. So it was just 185. The cut there was different. I mean, the cut was different. Like, me cutting weight was different. But when I started it, I started liking the way I look. And then my coach, he was like, I think you can cut lower. And I was like, you think so? Tried it. And again, this is when I'm younger. So the going up and down is not really a problem at the point. And so I was like, okay, cool. I went to 170. I liked it. I felt like that was like a real good look for me. But my coach said, let's try one more time. Let's go down one more time. I went down to 155. I liked it. I just didn't like the way the cut always went. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a big boy, regardless. I don't want to. I walk around like 200, but you know what I mean. So the cuts to 155 were ignorant. So finally at 170, I feel way more comfortable. It's like I like the stress of the weight cut. Literally, that is gone. That disappeared once I got the one, and then I feel good at 170. I'm more explosive, more faster. I move. I stick and move. Like, a lot of them guys don't hit me not because they can't. It's because I don't allow them to. It's a difference of me allowing you to, and you can't hit me. You can't hit me not because you're slower than me, because I just don't allow you to. I know how to move my head a certain way where you're not going to hit me. And Ryan Ford is going to see on May 27th.
Yeah. So, I mean, you did a lot of your career at lightweight, and then after the pandemic, you went back up to welterweight. Was it just kind of like it was time to go back up?
Yeah, it was time. After the last, because after the cut with Tyson Duckworth, it was at 165, but the cut still was tough. But I was like, there's no way I'm getting back down to 155. There's no way in hell I'm getting back. But I just feel explosive. I feel way better. Like the B2 Fight Series tournament, like that was my intro to coming back to the 170 division. And I fought Dan Stiggins on that. You know what I mean? I didn't finish Dan Stiggins. And yeah, Dan Stiggins is a lot older than me, but Dan Stiggins has, Dan Stiggins, not to give excuses, but Dan Stiggins he's still a great vet that, you can't sleep on anybody in this sport. You think you're gonna beat somebody and all of a sudden the tables turn. So it's can't do MMA math.
Yeah, that's very true. All right, so United MMA 45. When did you find out about this fight?
Let me see, like early March.
Okay.
I heard we really was waiting for a contract. The contract didn't come because the dude was running. So we waited maybe another couple weeks, and then finally Unified contacted James and was like, "Hey, is Robert available to fight Ryan Ford?" James sent it to me. I looked up who Ryan Ford was, seeing that he had some MMA fights. He fought Jake Shields. He also had a lot of boxing fights, but that's cool. And he's trying to, I guess, jump back into it because he ain't been doing MMA for a while. He just jumped back into it and fought Don would pick me or something and triangle choked him. Yeah, if he's looking to come back and make a splash, that's dead. He ain't retiring with that belt. So
Awesome, dude. Well, what do you think of the matchup?
I love it. Oh my gosh, this is perfect matchup, perfect everything. Wherever he wanted to do, I'm prepared for Ryan Ford for wherever he wanted to do. I know he's an OG. I know he is. I know you listening. You're gonna be listening to me, OG. It's okay. It's okay. I know you watching, but I'm not worried about you. I'm not worried about you. I know this is a perfect matchup for me, and it's a perfect matchup for you because you ain't got to worry about nobody shooting on you. So I'm going there. I'm gonna do what I do best. That's perform, be the world's greatest entertainer, the world's greatest showman this MMA world's ever seen, and make a believer and make some fools out of some people.
You fought for titles, you fought in the PFL, you fought some really good guys. Do you think this might be one of the biggest fights of your career?
Yes, 100. I say besides the PFL fight, this would probably be the second biggest one of my career. Just because of the name and how his name holds weight in Canada, I guess. So he's a legend over there. This is probably one of my second biggest name, Ryan Ford. The first one was that PFL fight where I learned a lot. I really thank that PFL fight because I learned a lot. I learned about who I was and who I am, and that no matter what, I can still I can compete with the best. I can compete with the best, and yeah, it doesn't matter who I fight.
Have you ever fought in Canada or been to Canada?
This will be my first time out of the country.
Oh, okay.
I have literally never been to Canada. Somebody said it was like the Texas. Man. Yeah, he said it was like the Texas of the United States. I was like, okay. So it's gonna be hot as hell too. I can already tell.
Awesome, dude. Well, all right. So when it's all said and done, how do you get your hand raised?
I'm not gonna waver from this. I keep telling everybody, Ryan Ford has one round from a head kick or a straight. He's gonna run into it, regardless if he doesn't want to run into it or not. I'm gonna get him with it. Just gonna set him up, game planning. He won't know what hit him, and it's gonna be a great show it's gonna be a great show. I appreciate the opportunity that Ryan and Unified has given me. So I'm gonna test it, and regardless of what he wants to do, it doesn't matter. We're gonna go in there and fight anyway. We're gonna go fight. So regardless of how mad or how much he wants to knock my head off, I want to knock your head off too. So it doesn't matter how mad he gets or how I've been picking with him in Twitter and stuff. it's funny. So when in the end of the day, I'm just ready to go in there and fight and perform at my best. And I want him at his best. So there's no excuses. But I'm ready for whatever he got.
Perfect, dude. Finally, what do you want the rest of your year to look like, man? You want to get right back in there? How many fights do you want? I know that the Contender Series is coming back. Like, are you looking forward to like maybe jumping on that real quick? Like, what's going on in your mind?
After the Ryan Ford fight, and this it's honestly, if the UFC calls, they call. But if not, I have another fight June, late June, in Louisville, Kentucky. So I'm prepared for anything. If the UFC doesn't pick me up before then I'll be fighting for the UFC. But I'm looking forward to big things this year. But I will be by 2022. What I'm looking at, I fight 2 times in the UFC already.
Ooh, okay. I like it. Awesome, Robert. Thank you so much for your time, man. I really appreciate it. If you want to plug your social media, want to plug any sponsors you got, you want to thank anybody, well, the floor is yours.
Appreciate it. So I will, of course, want to shout out to my gym, X3 Sports. I want to shout out for them all, giving me a gym to train at, giving me the bags to work with. I want to also thank my wife, who's always on my head, who's not only supporting me, but she's cooking the food for me and dealing with my bull stuff all the time. So I want to thank her. I want to thank my family. I want to thank my friends. Of course, I want to thank my brother, Nathan Williams, who's been on my head, who's been on me since this, since the beginning. This whole thing, he's been with me, and I really appreciate him. So I really appreciate you, big bro. And then I at first I never had sponsors. I thought I was gonna make a killing off this. I don't got no sponsors, but I do got a sponsor. His name's Walter. Get fit, get fit. Get fit, get right. He does my shorts. He's taking care of me, Nate, and all the other fighters that he sponsors. And I really appreciate him. And if you want to follow me, you can follow me at blue_king MMA at Instagram. Of course, my name on Facebook, Robert. And I'm here.